Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and this is the first edition of Let's Learn MK. And in this edition of Let's Learn MK, we're going to be talking about a new mechanic to Mortal Kombat 11 that is not in previous Mortal Kombat games, and it has to do with chip damage. So I'm sure, as you're well aware, in Mortal Kombat, unlike other fighting games, everything does chip. A lot of fighting games, special moves do chip, but nothing else. In this game, everything does chip. Doesn't really matter what it is, basic attacks, jumping attacks, could be very slow, could be very fast, whatever it is, all attacks do chip damage. Now in Mortal Kombat, very famously, if you're blocking and you don't got enough health left, you're just gonna die. Like, there will be nothing left to defend you. Because you just simply didn't have enough health left to block with. So in this, I'm going to show you a new mechanic that kind of changes the whole dynamic. Alright, so now as you see, Kotal Khan's health is very low, so he's basically dead no matter what next move, right? So let's just finish him off. Huh, what happened there? It said chip avoided. Well, you know, let's try that one more time. Maybe it just didn't work. Last breath, what's this? Okay, one more time. We got him. Okay, he's done now, right? So what was chip avoided and what was last breath? So here we are again in the same sort of situation. Now I'm going to zoom in here. I want you to look at the opponent's defensive bars in this situation. So here we are. Chip avoided. And as you can see here, that defensive bar is just straight up disappeared. It is gone. It is like there's nothing to regenerate. It's just gone. Now once again here, last breath. It's donezo. It's gone. So now that there is no more defensive bars to burn through, the next hit, that's all she wrote. So as you can see here, as long as you got defensive bars, it's going to work that way. Now, as you can see here in the next round, you will get your defensive bar back, so don't worry about that. But it is basically a mechanic to avoid certain deaths in situations as long as you have the bar. So no more you just wake up in the projectile and you're just guaranteed it's game over no matter what. Now, what happens if the defensive bars are drained? Well, you don't get it. So you do need a full defensive bar to avoid this from happening, just so you know. If your defensive bars are drained, you're going to take a chip death just like anything else. And yeah, so that's just explaining this mechanic. It is a very important mechanic, and you absolutely need to pay attention, both as the offensive player and defensive player, if you are able to pull this kind of stunt off. So keep in mind here, once again, if you don't have the defensive bar, you're not going to be able to get it, right? You're not going to be able to tank any extra hits, and if you do have it, then keep in mind you can wake up and block and not immediately lose the round. Say you're in a situation where you're just going to wake up directly into a projectile or something like that. This is an important new mechanic, and you really need to keep an eye on it, both as the offense player and defense player, because if you're on offense here and you're like, oh, I got my guaranteed chip kill, and they block and it says chip avoided, and you just did something silly and dumb to get that final hit, they can definitely turn the tables on you. So keep this mechanic in mind, because it could be the difference between you winning or losing the game. Anyways, that's this edition of Let's Learn MK. I just wanted to explain this mechanic because it is a new mechanic to Mortal Kombat 11, and that is it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some MK.